Hey guys, what is up? Andy Bean with Beanero Outdoors. So today I'm going to show y'all how to, just because the weather is so terrible and I cannot get out there or do anything, and right now we're between transition of season, so the next month, just bear with me. I'm going to try to get y'all some cool stuff, maybe a fishing video here or there, how-tos, turkey stuff. But today what I'm focusing on and what this video is about is how to make a gun sling out of 550 cord. Very simple, very cheap. As you know, that most of you that hunt, most gun slings are really expensive. I have become to be a big fan of a 550 cord sling because they're very durable. 550 material, paracord. It's very durable, but also it doesn't snag on like briars, branches, stuff like that. And you can make it fit to your size. You're not having all kinds of other stuff dangling. So really easy, basic, bare minimum. So what you need, pretty much 5 things in particular. So you need like something to cut with, just whether it's a knife, scissors, something like that. I'm going to use my knife. And then you got your 550 cord. I bought this from Walmart. You can get it for $2 for 50 foot. That's all you need. Is 50 foot of material. Uncle Mike's, this is your swivel, your swivels and like detachable swivels for like actually hooking onto your gun. I buy the ones with the screws that come with it because it's exactly the same price as just buying these alone. So why not have these just in case on standby, in case something or one of your swivels breaks, or one of your screws for your swivel breaks on your gun. $9, so now you're up to $11, and that's all you got to spend for making this. And then of course you got your tape measure on which you got to measure your 550 cord with. And then finally at the end of it, I have this just for burning the edges. Like when you cut the 550 cord, you got those strings that hang out. I just burn the end so it all melts together and it doesn't make a real huge mess and everything. So just measure it out. You can use a basic lighter. I just got this, had it nearby on hand, but for me it's easy because I can sit it straight down and then I can just burn my string just like that and turn it off. Real simple, real easy for me. But like I said, you can just use like a little Bic lighter, nothing big or expensive. So let's get to it. Okay, so now that I've got them pretty much even almost, I'm going to take my shorter piece, which is going to be my 16-foot piece. I've got it bent over. So now I have 2 sections of 8 feet right there. I'm going to take my other one, which is 30 feet long. Your shortest one is going to go on the inside of this loop. So I've got my 30-foot section right there that's just, it's bent in half like that. The other one's bent in half. What I'm going to do, so the 30-foot section, which is in this hand right here, I'm going to take this, the shorter section, and I'm going to put it up inside of it. So you're going to have it looking like that. And now you want to loop about that length right there. And all you're going to do, tie you a basic overhand knot. That's all there is going to be to it. It's nothing, no rocket science, not hard. You do want to kind of have it a little bit even. So, perfect. And you just want to cinch that thing down really tight. You want to get each and every single one really tight. That way it's not all clumpy and bulky or anything like that. Alright, perfect. So now we've got that loop right there, as you see. All you're going to do now that you got that center, you got this outside piece. These are the 2 pieces that belong to the 30-foot section. These 2 on the inside, you're barely going to do anything with. They're like your guides, pretty much. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, this is where this comes in and handy right here, and I'm going to show you the next step.
Okay, so this next section, I've taken my gun swivel, or my gun, for my gun sling, my swivel right there. Got my 550 cord, you got your 2 loops right there. We'll take this, we'll bring it through right like that. And so now you got it where it looks just like this. The next thing I'm going to do, you can start this way and bring it through, or you can just start any way as long as you get it through. What I like to do, it makes it a little bit easier, a little less aggravating. I take these 3 ends and I put it right through that loop. So now you got it like that. And all I do is I bring it through and just keep bringing it through until you get everything all the way right there. Pull back a little bit away so you can see better. And then I'm just going to bring it through that loop like you're making a slip knot almost. And you're just going to tighten it up just like that. Really simple, really easy. And that's what it's going to look like. Backside, inside. And now go back to my camera angle. Alright, so now I'm going to show you. This is your 2 middle strings. This is what your short section was. That 16-foot section that you cut, that's this part right now. So it's 8 feet long on both of these are 8 feet long. That 30-foot section that's out here that I have both my fingers on, that was your 30-foot section that you cut. That is now 15. So the longer section is always going to go on the outside. So starting out, you're going to take your loop, put this in front of that piece right there. You're just going to hold it. Take this one, go over, and then you're going to go under. And as you're going under, you're going to bring it over to this loop, but you're going to go up, under through this loop. You're bringing that string all the way through, or not string, but paracord. And you're tightening it up. You're going to cinch it up to about right there. So now you got this loop right there. You're literally going to go to each side and just repeat the process over just on each side. So left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way down. You always want to cinch it up, get it tight on there. So now you're getting this to go. You're going to bring it. You're just going to repeat this process over and over and over. So you've done it 3 times now. When you're starting this is very crucial. When you're starting this, you want it to even out. Also, something that's very crucial, you do not want these to overflap while you're making your knots. You always want to keep this flat while you're making those knots, because that's what's going to make the difference between it looking good and it looking half you know what. Another way you can do this is get you like a weight or something to attach right here, and as you're doing it, it'll help you keep that tight, so you can, whenever you're tying it up on here, you're not having to take your fingers and do this and pull up to keep it cinched tight. You'll have that weight pulling down and you can work on it, but you'll have your own method of doing this. I've got mine, everyone else has got theirs. But it's really not hard. It's just a little time consuming. And when I say time consuming, it's probably, this will take me about an hour to do. Maybe not even an hour to make a gunsling. So we'll keep doing this process until we get the right length for our gunsling. And then I'll show you the next process. Alright guys, as you saw, I was sitting there going through, and I had to take a real quick break just to show y'all something real quick, because I know it's real easy to. I've done it before. If you have to take a quick break and you're halfway through it on doing this, and you can't remember which side you go to, whether it's this side or whether it's this side, always remember wherever your loop is, like as you can see here, the last loop is there. So that's where you're going to want to start. And make that right there. Come under, over, pull it all the way through, and come right back tight again. And as you can see, it staggers off from that one. So you always want to keep going on each side and just work your way until you literally just run out of this, or until you get to the length you want that's desired.
Yeah. 35 inches. So 35 inches is what 16 feet or 15 feet on each side of the paracord. So like your 30-foot section, and then you fold it in half, and you got 15 feet on both sides. 15 feet will give you almost 3 feet of braided section. So you got this other part right here that's long. That was your original like middle piece. That was your, you don't do anything with it as far as like making your knot. So that's why you need a longer piece on the outside, because you're constantly pretty much weaving it back and forth until there's almost nothing left. And so that one section that you got, that's what you got left over from right there. On that 15-foot section that you did. So the best way that I recommend to figure out how you want it on your gun is, I'm going to show you right here. Okay, so as you can see, I've made it all the way down on this. So I've got those two little short pieces of string left. So what I like to do is I like to just cut the very end of my shorter side, and I'm going to cut this off, but I'm going to explain a little bit to you. So I like to take it to where I can just loop it over. I'm going to cut this, melt both sides, and then just stick them together and let them melt and cool down. And so that way it's not unfraying or like coming apart or anything on you. So I'm going to show you right here. So I've got both of those, and all I'm going to do is just touch them together like that. So I'm going to take my torch, and I'm not sticking it in there. I'm just giving it enough heat to where it starts to melt, because I don't want to, one, I don't want to burn a ton of my string, and two, I don't want to burn myself. Alright, so now both of those are melted. We'll take them, put it together, right like that, and just hold them together until it cools down. And it'll harden up, as you can see. It's hardening up right there. So, and just to check, see how much it's like gotten together. So, okay, I can sit there and you can hear it. It's hard as rock. I can let go of it, and then I can adjust it, rearrange it to how I'm wanting it, and boom. I mean, you got it. Something I like to do is come right back to it again, turn on, and I'm just barely getting, yeah, 35 inches. So 35 inches is what 16 feet or 15 feet on each side of the paracord. So like your 30-foot section, and then you fold it in half, and you got 15 feet on both sides. 15 feet will give you almost 3 feet of braided section. So you got this other part right here that's long. That was your original like middle piece. That was your, you don't do anything with it as far as like making your knot. So that's why you need a longer piece on the outside, because you're constantly pretty much weaving it back and forth until there's almost nothing left. And so that one section that you got, that's what you got left over from right there. On that 15-foot section that you did. So the best way that I recommend to figure out how you want it on your gun is, I'm going to show you right here. And what I like to do is take it and just act like it's slung over my shoulder. So what I want to do is, actually it's going to work out perfect. The amount of slack that I want is actually going to end up being right at the end of that. So that's why I try to like go to that exact size, because that's what works for me. Now this is one of those things where it's going to be a little bit of trial and error. You may have to like cut those pieces that you've molded together, and you may have to come a little bit farther back on your braid and like unfold some and cut off that, and you're going to have to work with that. But for me, just this little piece right here, I can make that knot now and be secure and good to go. And I'll show you how to finish that up. Alright, so all I'm going to do for my little basic knot, just an overhand knot is all I'm going to do. But it's going to be a little bit bigger than the first one. You may have to do this a couple times to get it right. That's okay. You want to get it to your length, to where it is like comfortable for you. We got that right there. All right. And you're going to do the exact same thing. Take this. You got your loop right there. Take the rest of your gun sling that you've already made. Put it right through that hole. And it's going to come through just like that. And so I will redo this again real quick, and I'll show you again. I'll show you like in a closer up.
Okay, so right here at the end, you got your other swivel. You got your loop. You're going to take your loop, put it right through your swivel, and so it sits right like that. Just like you did the first time we're starting out. What I do, you got your two pieces of string, and you got your swivel right there. I'm going to run it through. I'm going to run this through. And then it's going to make like that slip knot on it too. So it's going to look like that. You're just going to want to tighten this stuff up right here on this knot. I'll show you the final result. final step that you're going to want to do.
All right, so this is just something, just a little added step just for security. So your sling's not coming apart, your gun's not falling off your shoulder. Those two last pieces of string, all I like to do, because see where they're on both sides, I take one and I just go around it. I just make a basic overhand knot. I tighten it up. And then I do it almost again. But same thing on how I showed you how to burn the string. This is what you're going to do. Same thing. You're going to have a little bit of leftover string once you're finished and done doing this. So, with that, turn that on. You got both your ends. Alright, so I made it a little too short. That's okay. You just burn it to where you can get your pieces to where they won't flip out or anything like that. That's okay if that happens. It just happened to me just now. But yeah, I mean, final result, you got it. You get it all straightened out. You got your gun sling right there. Put it on one end of the gun, put it on the other end of the gun, you're good to go. But yeah, simple, cheap, easy, and affordable. That's what I'm all about. I'm always telling y'all, keep it simple. Keep it simple. It's the same way. Keep it simple. You're going to save yourself anywhere from 10 to, heck, 30, 40 bucks. Well, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Also comment. If you didn't, shoot me a thumbs down. But when you shoot a thumbs down, give me a comment on what you would like to see. What could have made this video better. I hate, like, whenever I get a thumbs down, don't mind a thumbs down. Honestly, it's constructive. It's constructive for me because I need to know if I get a thumbs down, what am I doing wrong that I should be doing right? So that's what I greatly appreciate on that. But if you do like this video, it was helpful for you, please hit the like button because it honestly gets my video farther out to YouTube viewers and other people. But also, if you can subscribe to my channel, that also helps me out a ton because it gets my clientele up higher so I can get my videos out worldwide instead of just like here or there, because that's how YouTube works. But I greatly appreciate all the support and thank you. So I hope this helped out and was easy to understand. So hope to be getting out there here pretty soon. Weather's pretty bad right now. We actually, while videoing this this video, I've actually lost power twice now. So just thank you for everything, and I appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Andy Bean with Bean Row Outdoors. Y'all get out there. I hope to soon.